Hi. So today what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to show you a little bit about the things that we're using the funds for from the Gofundme that need repairs and things that we're looking to upgrade. I want to show you exactly what the plans are, and it'll also be a good chance to do an update on how things are going here. So things have been going really well. Well, up until the point where the money was gone, but just in terms of how things are going with the animals, we managed to adopt out a lot of our cats. In fact, almost, I believe, every one of them are now spoken for. We currently have rabbits here. I'll show you those. They're currently inside. And I'll show you the storage situation that we're looking to fix up, because that's our main priority right now, is to deal with the storage for the upcoming spring, because we have quite a few more animals than we did before, so our hay situation is getting a little more complicated. But anyway, I'll show you everything firsthand and then we can go from there. So on to the storage. So this is what we're currently using for our hay storage. The winter took a beating on it, and while it is still somewhat usable, there's countless rips and tears throughout. The thing about hay is you need to keep it as dry as possible. Goats are incredibly picky. So this is the building we're looking to upgrade into something more permanent. This was never meant to be permanent. This was just to get us by, and it lasted well for about a year, but that's about all you're going to get out of any type of material, like cloth material storage. So it did its job, but now it's just time to move on. So this area here is going to be flattened, and we're going to have a permanent storage set up, and it's pretty close to our barn for hay. Ultimately, when we get a further expansion, this red barn will probably end up being a storage shed, but we're talking about years down the road, so we're not at that point yet. We're just looking for something to get us by. And while I'm out here, I might as well show you guys another little building. So besides the rabbits in the house, we also have a brand new bird area. So as you know, if you were following our previous videos, we had an aviary, and but the problem with the aviary was it was such a large area, it was hard to enclose on the top. Now Jessica actually managed to fix that on this one, and I know it looks a little wet here now, but we're going through a thaw, so don't worry. They have plenty of dry area in there if they need to get out of the rain or out of the water. So there is an area, but usually this area is quite dry and they love it out here. So it's sunny, it's warm. Yeah, it's a great little pen, a bird pen. Our mini aviary until we get a bigger one. And it's very close to the rest of our animals over here. Other shelters are in the process of being built now, and this is what we're talking about for the supplies that we need. We do everything as economical as possible. Things are built with pallets, so and we try to get them free. Unfortunately, we don't have a truck, so we just rely on deliveries to get this type of stuff done. So the pallets, this wood, this is leftover scrap wood that we can get at a bargain. It's not always beautiful to look at, although I find it has a very nice appeal to it. And then the metal roofing that we're using here, this is just leftover stuff that we had. So we use everything we can, waste not, want not, right? So this is just the beginning, and it's just about using the materials that we have. So another nice little area here, and this can house pretty much anything, and anything is what goes in there, because we never know who needs to rehome what and what'll end up coming. So we try to make something big enough that something larger can live in it, or you know, a dozen birds or just whatever might need it for the night. Keeping things raccoon proof is also a bit of the challenge. It's not enough to just, you know, throw together a shelter. If a bird's going to be in there, it pretty much has to be hole free, because those raccoons are relentless. So anyway, yeah, that's that building. Now, because this shelter is so ripped and torn, we're really not using it for much at this point. So I'm going to bring you over, give you a little tour of how things are going. Our wood pile. This is actually next winter's wood. It hasn't been dry enough for this year. Once again, we got a wood stove. When we got the house, the builders thought we were a little funny putting in a wood stove. I think the house is so modern, and they said, you know, there's a heat pump, so what do you need a wood stove for? But you know, heat pumps still run on electricity. You know, we're cutting down an entire forest, so there's no point to waste wood. I'd rather burn wood than waste it any day. So currently, our hay is just sitting under tarps. And don't get me wrong, it gets the job done. This is where our hay gets delivered, and we more or less just leave it here for now because we don't really have a place to move it. The goal is just to keep it dry. So yeah, putting those pallets to further use. But this is why we are looking for a little bit of help right now. And these are the bunnies that I spoke of. So this is typically our feral cat cage that we just use for the feral cats that we are looking to have come around. The best thing to do is have them exposed to us at all times. That really helps them get used to people because all our cats are currently adopted and we're awaiting a new batch. We had room for rabbits. So there's a few rabbits in there. There's always rabbits that usually need some type of temporary home, so these ones are just living it up here in the sun. So anyway, just a glimpse at what our cage is being used for, and off to the outside. So that wraps up our little bit of a mini tour. I didn't go out on the property out back because not much has changed out there. The winter was hard on our fences. Some rolled fencing needs to be replaced. But the priority right now is to have a spot for the hay, to get the land leveled so that we can have a permanent setup just to get us through this season. We're going to worry about further expansions down the road, but the hay situation is really important. We have quite a few animals coming and going. We had a really successful year with some feral cats, with bunnies. We're getting a lot of roosters and chickens. So it's been wonderful, and we get a lot of support from a lot of different people, and it's wonderful. And I thank everybody for the support that we've gotten so far. And if you can just share our message, even if you can't donate, it's getting the message out. There's nothing harder than getting a viral video going, and it's really the goal of anybody who films. Just having your video seen is worth a lot. And of course, if you can donate, that helps too. But we need to get the message to as many people as possible, and that's what I'm hoping to start doing here today. I'm going to keep pushing our fundraiser for as long as it's up, and then after that, I believe we have another plan for an ongoing fundraiser afterwards. So I'll put the details of that later, and thanks for joining today.